Hi, welcome back, everybody. I am Tehvonni Clarke, and I'm currently at Lifestyles Digital Media Group, Studio 124. Today, we are talking about team building. So, first question before we even get into, building a team and everything, what is your leadership style?
Um, and only because I recently read Don Martell's book Buy Back Your Time, and I've been following him, and I really want him to coach me. But I tend to have more of a transformational leadership style as opposed to transactional. And the difference between the two is a transactional leadership style is where you have people that work for you and you tell them what to do. So that would be, this is what you do. Transformational leadership is more about focusing on the result and saying, okay, well, this is how it looks completed. This is how the end result should look, smell, and feel. And letting them figure out how to get there. And I like that because it does present an opportunity for the team member to grow. But I also recognize that everybody doesn't know everything. And so I try to do that coupled with the I am here if you need me. I would rather you come to me and tell me that you don't know how to do something so I can show you how to do it, as opposed to wasting time, energy, effort, resources on trying to figure it out, because you don't have to figure it out. I've already figured it out. And so if you're getting stuck somewhere, I would rather you come to me and say, hey, I am stuck, and we work through it together, as opposed to just you trying to figure out, and then you still aren't getting anywhere, right? And so I like to lead. I like the idea. I like to lead, and I often try to practice transformational leadership. But like I said, I kind of temper that and couple that with, okay, yeah, I could still show you. Like, I don't need you to waste time hurting your head if you aren't getting anywhere. I would love for you to figure it out, but if for some reason you can't figure it out, we can figure it out together. I'm here for you because our team is small enough for me to still do that.
So right now we have a core five of it's a very eclectic mix of people. How or what is your approach when building your team? Like, how did you get this right here? Like, it's really diverse.
Boy, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. It's been tough. Like, tough for many different reasons. One, just moving from a one-man band, into now building out a team. I remember first I was just happy, like people wanted to work for me. It's like, yes. And so I went through that phase of anybody who would say, yeah, they won't work for me, we just work, right? And then I started getting a little bit more selective. But one of a good friend of mine, Don Adam, he's a 9-figure COO, very good with people. And he he shared with me his hiring methodology. And that's something that really over the last 2 years, that stuck with me. And his whole thing is that he hires for attitude and trains for aptitude. And so, attitude is really the number one thing that I look for in a team member. It's like having a positive attitude, a can-do attitude, a I will figure it out attitude is super more important than having somebody who is skilled at something. And the reason that's so important is because, I believe in energy and I believe in protecting my energy. And I don't like negativity. I have a zero tolerance for negativity. And so you can't necessarily train somebody to have a good attitude.
Yeah.
And some people are just miserable people, and I don't want them around me. And so that's something that I look at. Of course, skill set is something there, but I don't need you to know everything. I do need you to be coachable. I do need you to have I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to develop as an individual. But that is something that that really, I look for is attitude. And it's so funny because with every new team member, like before, and mind you, in all fairness, the, I guess, boss, the employer that I am today, I have grown in that role as well. And I have learned to be a better leader, learned to be a better employer, learned to be a better boss. And so the person, the boss, or the person that you guys are working for today is a lot different than the person that, my first hire was working for. Because that dude didn't know jack shit. Like, he didn't know nothing. But, through learning and growing and developing and being intentional about my personal growth and development and my professional growth and development, I've grown to be, a much better employer. And so, the company that you guys are working for today, Lifestyles, is light years from where it was, where we started, back in my living room, my 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment with my wife, my daughter, and her dog. It's a much different company. And so I don't necessarily blame or, say, okay, well, I just didn't have the right people. I wasn't the right boss, right? I wasn't the right employer. And so through my intentional, like I said, my growth and development and really working on me to become better, I feel as though because I am better, I've attracted better people.
Honestly, it's the law of attraction, plain and simple.
Yeah.
So again, you started Lifestyles in your apartment, one-man band, doing everything, camera, audio, lights, just everything. How was that transition for you? Because I know it's very difficult for people when you are very hyper independent to then delegate and just allow people to collaborate with you. How was that transition from one-man band to a team?
Well, that was rough, mainly because I realized in having a team that I'm not as good a communicator as I thought I was. Because I remember, especially with this core team now, like when Tyler first came on, I'd be like, dude, why are you doing it like that? He's like, well, I don't really know how to do it. You ain't really showing how to. It's like, but you should know. It's like, but should he though? Like, he doesn't know. And so just learning how to better communicate as a leader. And then also, my expectations, right? That was something. Also, just learning that you can get a desire. Like, my way is not the only way. And just because it's not the way that I would do it, doesn't mean it's wrong. Like, that was a big thing for me. Because, now mind you, there are certain things that we just don't compromise. Like, excellence is the standard, right? But, there are many ways to get to 10. If the goal is for us to get to 10, you could do 9 plus 1, you could do 20 minus 10, you could do 8 plus 2, you could do 5 plus 5, you could do 100 minus 90, like all of those equal to 10. And just because my way to get to 10 was 5 plus 5 equals 10, and somebody else comes and does 9 plus 1 or 2 plus 8, like that doesn't make it wrong. And so, just really stepping back and accepting that. And then also giving people the room to make mistakes without the fear of being penalized or, punishment or, just like, okay, well, you can make a mistake. And especially with something that's new, like you have to give them that room to make mistakes, because the reason I know it's a mistake because I made so many of them, right? But just giving people the room to, all right, I don't mind you making a mistake. Now, if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again after you would have already addressed it, that's different. Because I have a thing that, it's either incompetence or indifference. So that means either you don't know or you don't care. And so I need to figure out which one that is, because if you don't know because of its and competence, then we need to get your training up. But if you don't care, then that goes to attitude, and so I need to get you out. But either way, none of those two things are going to work. And so that was something definitely that I had to be intentional about with building a team. And then also like being clear on what the expectations are. It's like, I'm pretty laid back. Like I'm easy. Like, I don't really bother much, but it's like, at the end of the day, like y'all have to understand that we have a duty and a responsibility to the client. And so we're doing things that, like, this is the expectation. Like I do expect us to do this, that, and next. And so, yeah, I think those are things. And then honestly, like really articulating the big vision for the company in such a way where, like, I know I can't do it by myself. I would like for you to do it, for us to do this together, but I'm okay if you don't do it. Like, I'm okay with you not being on this journey with me, but if you are on this journey with me, like this is what we got to do. These are the expectations, but these are the values. Like this is what it means to be riding with us. Like at the end, we just checking boxes. Like we live by excellence as the standard. And so if you aren't prepared to do that level, if you aren't prepared to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, if you aren't prepared to really grow, if you don't have goals, like we have goals. Like everybody that comes on, we do what I call the PPFF, which is the personal, professional, financial, and fitness goals, because those things are important to me. And I don't want to work with anybody that those things aren't important to as well. Like you gotta have goals. What other than that, what you doing? So yeah, like just being able to articulate that to the team, and then just finding a group of people that actually enjoy coming here every day, that actually enjoy what they do, that are actually growing, that are actually learning, that actually like each other, respect each other. That was important to me too. Like I didn't want to feel any type of way coming to my work, and so in building up the team, like energy is a big thing. Like, and so it isn't even a situation where, and I have recently been told that we have a very strenuous selection process. I didn't think it was strenuous. There's because you submit your resume. If you're shortlisted from that list, you submit a video. If you're shortlisted from the video submission, then you get called in for an interview. If you make it past the interview, then you actually get called in for a trial run for work, right? Apparently, some people think that's a lot. And so, from the point in time that you don't even submit that first video, that's a filtering process for me. But it's also like, I want to get a feel for who you are before you come. And the, trial run with the team is like, I also, because I have other team members who I have to protect, like I have to protect us. I can't bring somebody in that's going to disrupt the flow that we have here. And so I get buy-in from everybody, and literally when it was just me, I got buy-in from other people. When it was me and Tyler, I said, okay, well, Tyler, you got buy-in. When it's me, Tyler, and so, and I mean, you coming now. So anybody else that comes, it's like, okay, well, we all got to be like, I want input from everybody. What do you think about this one? What do you think about that? What kind of things you picking up on? Because, we have to protect our energy. Like, we have to do that, because I really think that that's what makes us unique, and that's our superpower, the fact that we work well together. But I really do believe, like, we actually actually like each other with. Like we actually like working with each other, but everybody knows how and when to turn it up, turn it down, turn it off.
Yeah.
Like we know what to do, when to do it. And if that means that, we got to put in extra hours, or we got to get out early, or like we know how to put our head down and work. And not everybody could do that. So in building out the team, having that appreciation is super important, and then just getting buy-in from the rest of the team. Like we got to make sure, like, if it can be a fit, and fortunately I haven't had to do it yet. But like I ready to let somebody go. Like if you come in and you ain't pass the vibe check, or you finesse the vibe check, this ain't working. And this extends to even people that aren't full time.
Yeah.
Like this extends to even, because we do have a pool of people that we pull on. Like everybody is past the vibe check. Like we got to make sure that energy right. Like we flowing, because that's super important, because it's really fundamental to our success as a team. Like I can't afford to have somebody coming in here that's going to throw that off.
So that's all the time we have for today, guys. So thank you for tuning in, and see you. Bye.